I'm running because I wanted to serve. I'm really happy to be in this community. I'm happy to be ready to run the race and looking forward for a really, really spirited race. And I'm sure they're going to come 100%. They've already done that. When we first got in the beginning and I announced, there was a lot of excitement. And then, of course, they challenged the residency, and then we were on the ballot, and then she took it off the ballot. But what was consistent throughout the summer, as I continued to campaign and focus on November, was that people in every single town that we went to, and actually we've been all over the district already, so we didn't just sit back and wait for things to happen, is that people consistently said, keep fighting, give them more creativity back in the classroom, and motivate kids, and stop demagoguing some of the poorer districts. Let's try to find a way to get the better teachers, get the ones that are not as solid out of the way, and encourage the ones that are good. But the economy, we need to focus on infrastructure because that's very, very important. It puts people back to work, new and essential green jobs, things like that, because we've got to come up with new industries. We just can't sit around and wait for our jobs to come back because it's not going to happen. I'll answer that like this. My mother's getting freeze and she's getting cut, and I'm getting a tax break. So I'll leave it at that. It just doesn't make sense.
I think the Republicans put so much effort into getting you thrown off the ballot because they think that their candidate is just weak.
Well, if I tried to read their minds, honestly, Freud would probably turn in his grave right now. But we know the easiest way to win a race is if someone gets injured or someone's out of it. And a lot of people do things when they're afraid of the competition. But one of the things that I really prided in when I was in sports as an athlete was I always talked about getting in other people's heads. So I would always have great competition. I would always have great qualifying rounds. And so when you go to bed tonight, you're going to be thinking about me tomorrow. So maybe they were.
You think we'll see Nadia and Mark Spitz doing a big fundraiser for you?
Well, Nadia is my real good friend, yeah. And so, but I don't know. There's a possibility that people will come in and we'll do those kind of things. But I think the biggest thing for me is actually meeting people. What I've been doing all summer long, knocking on doors, getting to know, going to events, letting people ask me questions. I think that's really the big issue.
Obviously you've got higher name recognition, but do people get excited? Do they ask to see your medals?
People watch me in the Olympics. They knew I was from New Jersey, and they feel like this guy's one of us, but I never thought I'd see him, and now he's right here at my door. People have been tremendous, and they're like, can I have a picture? And I believe in you because I know you'll fight for us. I know your mother. I know your, it's that kind of thing, and it's just been so heartening. A good friend of mine who's a writer said, I'm telling you, what you're going to like the most is knocking on doors. Because I've campaigned in the past for different candidates, and I've spoken before Congress for bills, and I've done all these things, but actually going out doing it for myself is a whole different story. So it's been rewarding, and I'm just happy, and I take that energy, and I'm going to take it all the way through.
Thanks.
All right.
Thank you.